Yo, what is going on, guys? Such322 here, back again once again for another video of the ASL. And today, guys, we have the weekly recap. I know it is a bit late. I'm just gonna, fans and coaches of the ASL, I totally forgot. Leave a like down below if you enjoy and subscribe. But okay, so here's the rundown. I'm gonna break the fourth wall a little bit. So I usually record these on Tuesday, so they can go up Wednesday. But I was really busy on Tuesday, so I thought that I could come home and then like record it, but I was really busy when I came home. And then yesterday, Wednesday, when the video was supposed to go up, I was like, okay, I'll get home and then I will just record it at like, it was like 8 Eastern. I was gonna have it up 8 p.m. Eastern, but my computer was like, my CPU was overloading, so and my FPS was at like a whole 4, so I was just not happy at it. My FPS is chilling at around 20 right now, so it should look decent. I want it to get better. I'm looking into ways to make it look better for you guys. But anyways, enough Johns. We're gonna go ahead and hop right into this weekly recap. So as you can see here, oh, and by the way, this is my 3rd time trying to record this, so if I sound like a little repetitive, I'm sorry. I know this is late. Most people see this Friday anyways, but I'm gonna try and get it up like Thursday night for Pacific time. But anyways, let's get right into this. There's 2 3-0s, 2 4-0s, 2 5-0s, and a 2-0. But like through like pauses, I'll tell you guys why I had to record each one. But anyways, we're just gonna hop right into this video. My computer should be a little bit faster. I hope you guys can see the stuff well. As you can see, I had to turn it down to 720 resolution, so I'm not doing it in 1080 because I don't think my computer can handle it, because I have an i5 processor and a decent graphics card, but I don't think it can run 7 or anything over 720. But I mean, to be honest, 720 is fine. I mean, it looks good to me because it's on a computer screen, so 1080 is good, but whatever. Anyways, starting off with the first match is the Arcane Arcaniners and their coach Altaria Altaria Motives taking on the Las Vegas Ludicolos, coached by Spam, and the Arcaniners did win a 3-0 victory over the Ludicolos, which they've been on a roll, to be honest, as of late. Altaria did not start the year very well. I think he might have been 0-2, but I believe he's 4-3 right now, if this is correct. Spam has really been on a roll as well as of late, but did lose. But anyways, let's hop right into the match. Like, it's gonna be a Rotom Heat Melodic lead, but like it's not lagging as much. Like when I tried to record it the other time, my FPS was at like 4 and my CPU was at like 60. So it was so bad. But now like I'm looking at it on OBS and I'm looking at it on my actual like replay, and it actually looks good. But anyways, Altaria is definitely gonna have the good start to this match, getting a lot of good switches, a lot of good predictions, but it shows just how good Thundurus really is. Having the HP water, which I actually really like that, because it hits Nihilego, it hits Rotom, and it hits Mammo, which is very, very useful, as it's going to be a Mega Beedrill U turning on the Ferroseed. Ferroseed is actually pretty good for Altaria. Props to him for bringing it, since Mammo can't really do anything outside of Superpower. Also, Nihilego would have to run HP Fire to really touch it. Let's see here. Jellicent has to run like Ice Beam HP. Will-O-Wisp would be good, and it also beats Mega Beedrill. So good preparation on Altaria's part, knowing how well that would do. Spam is gonna make a risky but worth it play going into the Nihilego, but stays in. I don't agree with that play, to be perfectly honest, just because I don't know. You could have just gone out into B-drill and just U-turned. You knew he wasn't gonna scald you, but the skull's gonna come off now, revealing the cursed body. So yeah, pretty cool set. I think he actually has a berry that boosts defense, so he could, I think that was for to take on Megazard, because if Megazard like thunder punches, that's like the only thing that he can touch Jellicent with for the most part. Then Jellicent can just beat it for the turns that it's disabled. It can do enough, I'm pretty sure. So pretty cool stuff on Spam's part. But Altaria's Melodic can really just sit here all day, and there a whole lot that Spam can do to phase him out, which is pretty important. But anyways, since there's gonna be a bunch of swapping and it's pretty consistent play by the two of them. Okay, so the first time I tried to record it was Wednesday, and the first time I tried to record it, my FPS was about at 4, and my CPU was about at 60. So like 10 minutes through, I just quit the recording. I was like, you know what, I'm not doing this. You guys deserve better content. And then the second time, I got through it. I was chilling at like, I don't know, 12 FPS maybe. I wasn't happy with that, but by the way, also great preparation on Altaria's part by bringing Haze Toxic Scald Recover, which basically deals with Spam's entire team. So very good preparation, as he lets it go down since it was there to beat Mamo and Mega Beedrill, but Mega Beedrill's burned, plus Pharisees there. But anyways, the second time I got through it, and then my encoding was like flying off the charts, so I tried to quit it, but oh my god, dude. I go to grab the file to upload it. It says 20 minutes. You guys know most of these videos are 40 minutes, so here I am again. But Spam is gonna get a very powerful poison jab off, and poison, which I actually think if he wouldn't have poisoned, I actually think Vikavolt could have done a lot of work. But I don't know if Beedrill outsped. I don't think it did. I don't think it would outspeed if it's max speed Vikavolt +2, because then Vikavolt kind of just wins, because Nihilego, well, if Vikavolt has HP ground, it wins. I don't know if it outspeeds Scarf Nihilego, but Vikavolt got poisoned, so it's not of much use. So Phariseed can actually just come in here and go ahead and win the match. It's gonna win stally, but that's how Phariseed likes to run. It likes to be stally, so that's just how it likes to run. But Thunders is gonna be here, 1% jealous, and I believe it swaps out as it does. Goes into Nihilego. Nihilego has to HP Ice, does nothing. Phariseed gets Gyro Ball, kill it because Scarf. I think I might have killed anyways, just because it's like 1 of 3. But I'm gonna just skip these turns because it's like, why do it? But anyways, the Arcane Arcanines are gonna pick up a 3-0 victory over the Las Vegas Ludicolo and Coach to Spam. Now, moving on to the next match. Yo, I'm just experiencing an overall boost to my computer. I don't know if it's the 720 or whatever I did. I don't know. It's whatever I did. It worked. I watched a couple tutorials, and oh my lord, dude, I can actually see this stuff move in real time. But anyways, next matchup is going to be the Amsterdam Alakazams taking on the Kanto Embers, and Mylan is going to take the 3-0 victory over Rocker. And I believe Mega Diancie is one of the weekly heroes, picking up 3 kills. Very cool set that Mylan ran, so you guys are going to get to check out that set in a moment. And I'm pretty sure that's Garchomp's first kill of the season, believe it or not. So it was much better last year. It went 7-7 because I mainly used it defensively last year. That's just because I suck with Garchomp. I don't use Garchomp well, but in Draft League I use it well in Standard. But anyways, enough with that. We're gonna hop right into this match. So it is gonna be a Nidoking Tapu Koko lead, definitely favoring the Nidoking. So Tapu Koko is gonna go ahead and go for the U-turn on the and go into the Aerodactyl. And the Aerodactyl is going to take 41% from a resistance Sludge Wave, and Rocker's going to make a very good prediction. Go for the Pursuit, because Nidoking can only really Thunderbolt, and if he's Scarfed, which I assumed he was, probably why he led with it to catch Koko. Well, that'd mean he'd have to be Scarf Koko, which I'm not ruling out, but anyways, I don't talk to coaches from the sets because most, like, no coaches upload team builders. So it's like I can't really like peep their sets unless I ask them, and doing these weekly recap templates, it probably takes me an hour to an hour and a half to do them all, because look at all the detail that I have to put in. It's a lot, but it's worth it. But Rocker is going to make a misprediction, thinking that Mylan would predict the Koko coming in and just U-turn on out of there. But he does not land the prediction correctly, and it causes his Cofagrigus. But Tapu Koko can 2-KO the incoming Electros, which Electros was probably the dedicated swap-in for this Tapu Koko. But Mew can still take it on decently, I guess. But Vaporeon is going to be on here. And Commander Mylan has his sights set. This is where he wants to set up with Mew, because he knows if Rocker Toxics him, then that's gonna really hinder his Vaporeon. Although it has Heal Bell, that's just one more turn that it forces to Heal Bell. If he has the Toxic, of course. I don't think he does, because he has Wish, Heal Bell, Scald, Protect, maybe. But anyways, Mew can get up to +4, and I believe Rocker doesn't burn until the 5th Scald, if I'm correct. I mean, I've tried to record these a bunch, so I kind of like know this off the top of my head. But it's going to take a while for Rocker to burn. I'm pretty sure he eventually burns. But Mew's at +6. It actually doesn't OHKO the Vaporeon. That just goes to show how bulky this Vaporeon is. I think he burns now. Yep. Ooh. But Synchronize is going to come off. Doesn't really matter because Heal Bell plus Burn is nerfed. It just really just hinders the Mew. I don't agree with this play, going for the Wish, because this allows Mylan to switch gears and go on to the offensive, which costs the Vaporeon at really the cost of nothing. So if Rocker, if you would have just kept scalding away, you could maybe have stalled out the Mew with Soft Boils, because you could stall it as Soft Boils, which honestly would help you. But Mylan is going to make a good prediction that the Pursuit is coming, and is going to stay and go for the Psychic, because if he switches out Mew, I'm pretty sure he loses it. But anyways, Tapu Koko is going to come out and is able to kill the Mew with a Thunderbolt. This Tapu Koko is wrecking havoc. I think it might be Choice Specs. I don't even know. This thing is hitting so hard. Actually, it's probably Choice Scarfed, if I had to guess. Nah, cause Garchomp. I don't know. No, Garchomp isn't Choice Scarfed. I think we ruled that. I ruled that. I don't know. To be 100% honest. Again, I don't check the sets. Like, I'm just going based off of how their team's built. Garchomp actually really makes sense on Rocker's team. But, because Scarf Koko doesn't. But, Diance's gonna go for the Rock Polish, and that's lights out. The defense boost didn't matter because... Actually, it still could have been Scarf Garchomp, but Mega Diancie would outspeed it after the Rock Polish. But anyways, not Garchomp, not Entei, not Tapu Koko is living a hit from this. Beautiful Mega Diancie, giving it 3 kills, being this one of the weekly heroes of this week. Week 7. The ASL. Season 2. I don't know why I did that, you know? It's all good. Anyways, for the third match, we have the St. Louis Swablues, coached by Malone, taking on the Elm Street Parasects and Coach Anderson. Swablues were on a roll to start the first 4 weeks of the season. They were 3-1 after week 4, but they have declined a lot. I'm pretty sure this puts them on a 3-game losing streak. But they have played tough opponents like Laurie. They played Anderson and Keister, who's actually really climbing in the ranks. And he's a phenomenal battler in general. Like, I can't really name one player in the ASL who is not a good battler. I don't think I can do it. That's not even just me trying to be nice. Like, everyone is good and has their own good strategic ways of going about things. But anyways, the Elm Street Parasects do have one of the weekly heroes, being Weavile, picking up 3 kills. Since Malone doesn't have a good knockoff switch-in beyond Megalopony, but if Anderson wants to make the prediction, go for low kick, that's basically Dunzo, Megalopony. So, yeah, let's hop right into the match. And again, I just want to say I'm so happy that, like, it's not lagging that bad. Like, if you guys are used to like 60 FPS content, like, I'm sorry, this probably looks crap to you. But it looks good to me because compared to what we've been having. But anyway, I don't know why Malone stayed in on a Mega Venusaur or Cresselia. That didn't make sense. I'll be 100% honest. Since Toxic is sitting right there, it's a poison type. I don't know. Maybe he wasn't expecting him to have it. But anyways, Donphan's going to get up to the rocks, which definitely hurt the Chandelure and the Levani. But Lopunny's going to have to face his biggest counter, being Mega Venusaur. Slowbro is another one of its counters, but Thunder Punch is right there, and you really don't have options for Mega Venusaur. It doesn't get like Zen Headbutt or Psycho Cut, Aerial Ace, stuff like that. But Rendo Berry, Regirock, basically just here to set up Stealth Rocks. I don't know really why he brought Regirock. I guess it can check Arcanine. I'm not sure if it can check Weavile, because I'm pretty sure Low Kicks is 2 KO. But I guess it beats Arcanine, where his team kind of gets ran through by Arcanine, or at least the team that he brought. But I believe the Donphan has the knockoff to do decent amount, as it does. Gonna go ahead and negate the leftovers, so Cresselia is like really worn down at this point, and Donphan is toxic too, but really it's at the cost of Malone's Cresselia. Now he had to Moonlight here, and he actually has to swap out here. So Anderson is playing around this Cresselia very, very well. And the Defog is going to come off and negate the rocks. I don't think Reggie is living that. If it's offensive Zapdos, I'm pretty sure kills are like decently offensive. I don't think it mattered. But Levani is going to be here, wants to set up webs, of course. That's what Malone wants to do, and try and get a Hitmonlee sweep. It doesn't seem very probable, but if he has the right coverage, like if he has Ice Punch, he can maybe bring it back, but he has to get rid of Mega Venusaur. But webs are going to come up, and Chandelure can also sweep. Yeah, Chandelure actually kind of does sweep, barring especially defensive Arcanine, as long as he has Psychic. Toxic is going to come back in, and man, this Cresselia cannot catch a break. So Malone goes for the risky play of Fake Out, because if it's Static Zapdos, he could have just paralyzed his Megalopony for no reason. To be honest, I would have just gone straight for the return, but that's just me. But Donphan is going to be in here. He's going to set up the Stealth Rocks and is going to live the return on 4 points even after a crit. And Megalopony is going to take big damage. But Donphan is going to go down in the process, so it gives a free swap into Mega Venusaur. And you know it's bad when your answer to Mega Venusaur is not a resist. So honestly, Malone, I think you should have gone with like Assault Vest Chandelure, if I'm 100% honest, because besides Earthquake, that thing beats Venusaur. It does. Now if Venusaur has Earthquake, it doesn't beat it, but you know, Venusaur is going to go for the Sludge Bomb and is not going to 2KO this Shandy, which goes for the Fire Blast. I think Psychic would have been the better move on there, because you don't really need Fire Blast for anything else because you're not staying in on Weavile. But anyways, Fire Blast does hit very, very hard. But the Flame Charge is going to come in from the Arcanine. Very cool set by Anderson. It's going to get flinched, but outspeeds the Megalop, and he goes for the Flame Charge. Outspeeds anything, including Scarfers. Malone knows he can live a crunch, so it's pretty much irrelevant. But Crest basically dies in the process, as Weavile can basically kill this knockoff fodder team. The only thing that was saving Malone from knockoff fodder was the Megalopony or the Hitmonlee, but Malone goes for the last ditch effort. Webs. Like, yeah, he could have gone for X-Scissor, but I don't think X-Scissor would kill him, but he had to just try and hope that maybe Anderson misclicked and got Weavile out of there, but that was like his only shot. It was his only shot to victory. He kind of had to try it. But anyways, we have the next game coming in here, and it is the Portland Timbers versus the Melodic. And this was a very odd match. It was me versus Static. I gotta say, this was kind of an odd match. We both brought some odd things. Like, he brought Behemoth. He brought, and I brought Togetic and Zebstrika. Those three, I don't think they've ever hit the field. I think Behemoth might have, but I know Togetic and Zebstrika haven't. But anyways, we're gonna hop right into this match, and the reason that Nidoqueen is 3-0 and doesn't have the weekly hero spot this week is because it's already been one, and I'm trying to get diversity throughout the mons, giving everyone a shot. If I have to double up, of course I will, but I didn't have to because there were 3 other possible contenders. But anyways, we're gonna hop right into this match. It is a Rotom Wash, Hitmontop lead. This is a Salt Vest Hitmontop, so it can really take on my Rotom decently. I'm gonna just go for the Volt Switch, knowing that Marowak is not a swap in. Can go on my Nidoqueen, fire off a big Sludge Wave. Kidding, I roared into the worst thing possible, since Alomomola pretty much beats me since I do not have the T-Bolt. Knocks off my choice specs, and I go into Rotom predicting the Alolan Marowak. I get the prediction correct and can just basically fire off a Hydro Pump, since this thing still takes a decent amount because it only has like base 45 special defense. Goes into Hitmontop on my Volt Switch, as this Hitmontop is actually putting on a lot of work. Great bring on Static's part, since it beats a vast majority of my team. To be honest, I don't have a whole lot of things that really beat it if I don't have status control on it, but I get the Will-O-Wisp off on the Mega Altaria, which is very nice, but he is Natural Cure. So he goes into Scizor on my Volt Switch. I do a tremendous amount, get a free swap into my Victini, and go for the substitute. I have nothing to touch this Alomomola. I have Shadow Ball, Glaciate, Substitute, and something else. Might have been, I think I had Blue Flare too, just because of Scizor. But I get a big Volt Switch crit. The crit probably mattered in the grand scheme of things. But anyways, I just send out my Registeel to go ahead and sack this thing off. I go for my Stealth Rocks because I knew I'd live a CC. I just wanted my rocks up. He actually goes for the Rapid Spin, so I'm like, okay, I'll just T-Wave you. I was just going to T-Wave him just in case, and then I can basically just get my rocks up because I'm faster. And he's going to be paralyzed, and I could just go for Flash Cannon. And he's actually going to get paralyzed again, so it's a little bit of hacks on my side. It really didn't matter in the grand scheme of things because his Hitmontop can't really swap into my team a whole lot more. But he has a really good Scizor set. This is very scary because now that he has Tailwind up, he gets to go into Alolan Marowak and click the Belly Drum, and I can't really do much to him. I'm Flash Cannon, Thunder Wave, HP Fire, and Rocks, so I have to try and sack my Registeel, keep it in as much turns as possible because min speed Rotom and just no investment or no investment in speed Rotom actually outspeeds max speed Alolan Marowak, so I just sack on my Zebstrika since it doesn't do anything because Alomola's gone. So I can just go for the Hydro Pump. That was my play. I landed it, but it wouldn't have mattered anyways because I just go ahead and Will-O-Wisp just in case he's a physical variant. And seeing Roost, it doesn't indicate his variant yet, but I believe he goes for the Hyper Voice here as I go into my Togetic because it's physically defensive. As he does turn out to be the Moonblast because he wants special attack drops. Definitely understandable in that perspective. I get a crit, doesn't matter because he can just Roost off the damage, which was his play anyways. So yeah, he's at a little bit less health, but my calcs are not going to be differed. Sludge Wave does 2 KO the Hitmontop, so very, very, very nice for me. And the Behemoth's going to come out, and this Behemoth actually puts on a lot of pressure. Analytic boosted does a lot if the correct mons are gone. They're going to bring on Static's part. I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball since I 2 KO him. He's going over the Thunderbolt, and I'm going to live on 1. That was mid to low roll. Since I was a little bit bulk invested, I think I had just enough speed to outspeed max speed Lando TV Jolly. I think, yeah, that's probably it. But Nidoqueen can basically just come clean up this game. Fire Blast was there for the Registeel, but Nidoqueen can just sweep the game. And the Portland Timbers are going to pick up a 4-0 victory over the Melodic. One thing I probably should have done differently is had a better Victini set. My Victini team building wasn't greatest just because I couldn't hit Aloe. But Static's team, the Belly Drum, Scizor support, Belly Drum Marrow with Scizor support was definitely a very good bring. And definitely applied a lot of pressure, picking up 2 kills. And moving on to the 5th match, if I am correct, it is the Winter's Weaviles taking on the Phoenix Flygons. And as I said earlier in the video, Keister has really been coming on strong lately. As you can see, he picks up a 5-0 victory over a team that at the time was the #1 team. They are no longer the #1 team. I believe they're number 2 or 3. But Keister puts on a lot of pressure with Clefable and Metagross. Little bit of hacks in the match. Does it really matter towards the outcome? I don't really think so. But anyways, let's just hop right into this match. But as you can see, Keister is bringing the Raichu and Ditto, so a couple lower threats. But Vish loves bringing this Jinx because Dry Skin is so annoying. But anyways, let's get right into the match. It's going to be an Alolan Persian Latios lead. It's not Mega Latios because we play by UCL rules, meaning he can bring Choice Specs, Choice Scarf, Life Orb, Leftovers, whatever he wants. He doesn't have to bring Mega Latios. He drafted Latios in OU, meaning he can draft Mega Latios. He can use it, or he can use the normal one. So he used that to his advantage and caught Vish off guard. Very smart plays. As the Ice Beam is going to come in on the Ditto, gets the freeze, but does not matter. Going for the Scald, but Vish makes the very good play, goes for the Jinx, knowing that the Scald has to come in here. As I believe that's a Scarf Jinx, but out comes Gengar on the Clefable. 2 Gen 1s duking it out, but as Raichu seems to be the swap in, goes for the Nuzzle. Solvest gets knocked off. Nice bring on Vish's part to get rid of some items because he doesn't really have knockoff anywhere else unless Alolan Persian gets knockoff. But this is the weirdest Zygarde 50 set I've ever seen, probably Zygarde set in general. Pain Split Substitute, 1,000 arrows. It's a very, very bulky support set. I get the point of it. He just didn't really execute it on the correct Pokemon, because the idea is you whittle away your health with Substitute, and then you start taking away your opponent's health with Pain Split as you gradually get health back through Leftovers. So definitely a very smart and interesting bring, but I don't know, I just don't think he executed it as well as he would have hoped to, since Tangrowth, all those like 7 turns or whatever that he just spent, Tangrowth has Regenerator, so it gets all that back. So Ditto's gonna come out, basically gets to know the Zygarde set. That's the one beautiful thing about Ditto in Draft League format, because then you get to find out your entire opponent's entire set. So it's very, very helpful. But the Tangrowth is going to sit here and just wall the heck out of this Zygarde, and Zygarde cannot do a single thing about it. But Jinx is going to be paralyzed, as it's Scarf Jinx, so it can't do as well anymore. And Clefable can just come in here and go for what I would assume to be the HP ground. Yeah, that makes sense for Gengar and Heatran. Very, very smart on Keister's part, since Heatran essentially walls Clefable. So Mega Blastoise is going to be in here on Clefable. I believe Clefable gets a little bit of hacks with some T-Wave, but it really doesn't matter, since, I mean, to be honest, Vish probably wanted not to get paralyzed on that turn and wanted to die on this turn. To be honest, because Keister's just getting health back. I mean, I guess he would have been at less health. Never mind, forget what I said. But Zygarde is gonna try and be sacked, but Keister wants to take the Tapu Lele because he knows Shadow Ball just sweeps Vish's team if Keister gets Tapu Lele copied. So Substitute is going to be broken, obviously, by the Moonblast. So Vish is just trying to do everything that he can. Just wear down this Clefable. It's gonna be killed from 46%. So down goes Zygarde. It cannot take out Clefable, and it's gonna be a 6-0. Vish cannot put in some work here, but Gengar's just gonna go for the never-ending nightmare. And as I say, try not to get it a 6-0. It's not a 6-0. Raichu can just go for the knockoff and just blow this thing back, since Vish's entire team is knockoff weak. And I believe Keister just goes for the Nuzzle as it lives, because it's very, very bulky Raichu. But Nuzzle is going to basically seal the fate of this game, since, yeah, Tapu Lele gets paralyzed. But honestly, I think Latios would win the game anyways. If I'm 100% honest, Tapu Lele getting paralyzed changes the differential, of course, but I still think Keister can play around it in terms of getting outsped, or outspeeding things rather. So I don't think it changed the outcome that Keister got paralyzed, or Vish got paralyzed, but it definitely changed the differential. But anyways, upcoming with the 6th match. Let me change the statistics page. There we go. With the Hampshire Hoopas taking on the Meteor Mantine, and here's another 5-0 in TG's favor over Bionic Puppy. And wait, did we have any team heroes over here? No, was there any over here? I don't think there was, because we had Mega Diancie. Was that it so far? So far, I think that's actually it. But anyways, we're just gonna hop right into this match. And Meteor Mantine TG is actually the #1 seed right now, or number 1 seed, whatever, however you want to say it. He's #1 in the standings. But anyways, we're gonna hop right into this match. So it's going to be a Mudsdale Darmanitan lead, and TG's definitely used Mudsdale to its potential. I definitely like how he's used it. Very, very bulky offense. But Porygon is going to make this video like 5 minutes longer, because it's going to be tracing stamina. Oh my god. But BP is going to make some good switches around this Alolan Muck, baiting the Poison Jab. That was TG's play regardless to go for the Poison Jab, just because this coming out doesn't really matter, since physically defensive Uxie actually just beats it. Manaphy can actually beat it for the most part too. So Crunch is gonna come off, and Skuntank basically has to switch since it is a physical variant. So out comes the Porygon 2, and Logon Muck is going to come in here and go for the Poison Jab. Great prediction by BP for TG to possibly overpredict. Yawning a lot because I'm recording this at night. If you're European time, you'll probably see this like early in the morning, and Eastern you guys will be asleep like right when this goes up. But U-turn is gonna come off on the Jirachi, and Mudsdale's gonna get a defensive boost as Porygon gets to come out and copy it every time. And Earthquake is gonna come in. It does like nothing. This thing is annoyingly bulky. But anyways, I believe Latios goes ahead and drops the Draco, as it doesn't even kill. I love this thing. I love Porygon to death. I used it last year. That thing was a monster to take down. But like, oh my god, dude. But anyways, we have the Alolan Muck here, and it's finally gonna knock out the Eviolite. I am trying not to yawn. I swear I'm trying not to yawn, but I'm not doing the greatest. Oh, whatever, it's fine. But we have the Latios chilling in here, and the special defense drop is pretty big, since I'm pretty sure Draco kills at this point. So knowing that, the Skuntank is going to come in and get sacked off. It's there for the Uxie, but like Darmanitan can kind of beat Uxie. I mean, Uxie kind of just chills at this point. But as Darmanitan is going to come in, take a Poison Jab. The Poison, I doubt it mattered. I think Shadow Sneak kills anyways. So there goes any chance of beating Uxie besides flinching it to death. But here comes the Bulin Wall. The Rapid Spin is going to come off, which helps with swapping, but Uxie gets the rocks back up. And here I say, is he going to flinch to death? Oh, he might flinch to death, folks. He very well might, but rocks are going to come up. Thunder Wave is going to miss. BP actually likes running like support Jirachi, at least I think, because that's what he's run most times. I don't even think he's run Scarf Jirachi. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's gonna make a good swap into Tapu Fini as Thunder Waves are being spammed here. That's a great thing about Tapu Fini, is you can't spam status as long as it's still alive. But Knockoff is gonna come in and kill the Alolan Sandslash, but Jirachi is going to die. Do its own Life Orb recoil. So, yeah. Tail Glow is going to come in from Manaphy. And BP, we've all done it. It's alright, man. Forgets that Toxic cannot go through Misty Terrain. Wouldn't have mattered. He would have had to have TG misclick about roughly 8 times, somewhere around there. He would have to have like someone running around on his like mouse, or like something would have to just malfunction. You just like boom Scald, or anything but Scald, boom Tail Glow, boom 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 boom, and then it didn't matter. It really didn't. Not even an attack would have mattered, so really, it's whatever. But anyways, moving on to the last match of Week 7 of Season 2 of the ASL is the Las Vegas Gardevoir taking on the Netherlandians. And wait, hold up. I actually have the thumbnail right here. Oh yeah, Weavile was the other one. So it was Weavile, Mega Deontay. And here's one of them, big boy Tarak. Tarak was 1-6 before this game, but it is now 5-6 since it got 4 kills in his match and boosted Gustavo to his first win. I say it in the power rankings, which by the way, we might do like a longer one since we kind of skipped over week 6 just because we didn't have time. But I say it in the power rankings, everyone will bounce back. Gustavo beat Larry, who beat Vish when he was looking to be unbeatable. So anything can happen any given battle. So we're gonna go ahead and hop right into this match, as it's going to be a Gigalith and Mesprit lead. This is actually a really short battle. I think it's under 20 turns, possibly. But it's going to be double Stealth Rock. Energy Ball is going to come in on the Gigalith. Is a 2 KO. Stone Edge is going to get a crit and do 55%. It has a high critical hit ratio. Doesn't really matter overall. But Volcarona is going to take the Energy Ball. Gets the Special Defense drop, which really doesn't matter, because it's going to be a Psyshock anyways, so defense only matters. But Volk is going to live on 3 health. Goes for the Giga Drain. Don't really understand that play. Bug Buzz was definitely the correct play, but goes for the Giga Drain here since that is the logical play, since he doesn't have hazard removal. And yeah, here's some advice, Gustavo. Please, if you can, please pick up hazard removal, because there's good hazard removal out there, and you have Volcarona. That's very weak to rocks. You need good hazard removal, dude. I'm just saying. But anyways, the Florida is gonna make a risky switch, but can come in and start Calm Minding as the Fleur Cannon is gonna come off. Volt Switch is gonna come off from the Magirna, do a whole 6%. Whoop-de-doo. As the Roserade is gonna come in, does not kill with Sludge Bomb, lives on 1. Got that Victini syndrome though. And Psychic is gonna kill. I'm not sure that the crit mattered since it's +1 Florges. If it did, then oh well. I mean, Roserade would get what's it called? Revenged anyways. But Florges just gets revenged, so it really didn't matter. It was a loss for loss, but not too sure why Mega Alakazam swapped out there, since it outspeeds Mega Sceptile, but Mega Sceptile gets a kill, and Mega Sceptile is actually pretty blind if you guys didn't know. But anyways, Gigalith is going to be sacked off to the Magirna. It's a 4-3 game, and out comes Terrakion, and it can click a CC, and something's getting 2 KO'd. It's going to be the Mantine. It almost gets killed from there, but it's most definitely going to be a 2 KO on the incoming Mantine. But now all Gustavo has to do to secure his first win of ASL Season 2 is to go sack off his Thundurus and then go back into Terrakion, and the rest of Lari's team is EQ fodder. So that is going to be the game, guys. Helios drops, Magirna drops, Mega Alakazam drops. It is Scarf Terrakion, so Mega Alakazam is not outspeeding, and it has paper thin defenses. So that is going to be the game. The Las Vegas Gardevoir picking up their first win, 2-0 over the Netherlandians, and that is going to conclude week 7 of season 2 in the ASL. And of course, I'm trying stuff new. Like, I have it set up a little bit different on the replay and on the statistics page. As you can see a little bit more just because of the ratios that I originally set it up. I set it up in 1080 ratios, but now I have it in 720. Let me know what you guys thought about the video. Leave a like down below. Subscribe if you have not already, so you know when we are uploading these. And power rankings should be up either Friday or Saturday after this is uploaded. So we will see you guys there, and have a good rest of your day. See you guys later.